Celtics fans, welcome back to episode 14 of Celtics Catch Up. We have two games to cover from this past week, and of course, they were W's, because that's what we do up here in Boston. But I'm Vinnie Carbone.
And I'm Brady Levinson.
Let's get right into it.
Good ball fake, one more. Tatum! Oh, he caught one!
All right, Brady, two games this past week. But wait, ow. Sorry, I think I just...
yourself?
Yeah, I think I just burnt myself on how hot the Celtics are right now. Brady, they are on a flaming 9-game win streak.
Yes,
They've
they
won
are.
14 of their last 16 games.
Whew, that is hot.
They are by far the best team in the NBA. And this past week, Saturday, against the Knicks, I believe they have not lost to the Knicks yet this year.
4-0 against the Knicks this year. You hear that, Knicks fans? I don't care if you're not healthy.
Yeah, I mean, they still are a little shorthanded. They were missing Anunoby, Randall, and Robinson again. But, Brady, talk to me a little bit of how Jaylen Brown played in that game and how we went really deep to the bench that game.
Yep, Jaylen Brown led the way with 30 points in that one. We had 6 players in double figures, all 5 starters, plus Al Horford on the bench, the man who never ages. And that was just a very solid all-around game. Obviously, like you said, Knicks are a little short-handed. They don't got OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. And, yeah, we've yet to play this new post-trade deadline Knicks team.
True.
But still, all-around good game, and a win is a win. So it's just great to see us keep going, especially against what I consider a good rival.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx anything, but us Celtics, we have not had any major injuries yet this year.
Which is wild.
Knock on wood,
Yeah.
but we are staying healthy, which is amazing, and
Yep.
I love to see all of our players. Yeah, missing a game here or there for soreness or just
That
a little
happens.
injury. But yeah, that happens to every
That
team,
happens.
but nothing extremely major. But once again, on Tuesday, another win against the 76ers, who are also missing their superstar, Joel Embiid, for the rest of the season. But Tatum and Brown combined for 60 that game. Jaylen Brown had back-to-back 30-plus point games.
Yes, he did.
And Brady, talk to me about how Jason Tatum and Derek White played in that game against the Sixers.
Yep, Jason Tatum had a near triple-double. He put up 29, 11, and 8. That's exactly what we want to see out of him. And then D. White had 6 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks.
Everything.
Definitely an odd stat line.
It is.
But that's just the way he plays. I mean, he can go for 25-plus a night.
True.
He can put up lower stat lines, but still 2 steals and 3 blocks is, I'd say, really good. And that just goes to show how much value he has his team. If he's not going to be huge on the offensive end, he's going to do a lot on the defensive end, or he'll do both, which is even better. But just no matter how many points he scores, Derek White is an invaluable asset to this team.
100% in. Now, our next topic, Brady, I know you wanted to talk about this a little bit,
Yeah.
but a little bit of a trade deadline update. I mean, we picked up Springer, we picked up Tillman, but they haven't really been getting a lot of minutes, Brady. Why do you think this is happening, and what do you think was the reason that we picked them up?
Well, I think it's happening because we didn't really give up anybody in the rotation. Like, we
True.
gave up Lamar Stevens and Delano Banton, who both just got garbage time minutes, and that's where Springer and Tillman are at right now. So there really wasn't a clear avenue for Tillman and Springer to get into the rotation. However, I do think we traded for them because just to have more depth. I mean, not exactly sure what was wrong, like if there's anything wrong with our depth in the beginning. I thought Stevens and Banton were both very solid players, but you just gotta trust Brad Stevens. Obviously,
Yeah.
he saw something in Tillman and Springer that he wants on this championship caliber roster, and so we might see them get more playing time down the line, maybe into the playoffs. And obviously, hopefully not going to happen, but if there's injuries, more depth that we have with those two. So I'm just going to trust the process.
Yeah, that's very true. And I mean, look at Peyton Pritchard and
Yeah.
Grant Williams. Those two players were like garbage time minute players, and now
Yeah.
Peyton Pritchard has a role here. Grant Williams has a role on his team now, and like
He's in
develops.
Where's he?
I
Charlotte?
think he's on the Hornets now. He was on the Mavericks. Now he's in Charlotte.
Got moved in that
but
PJ Washington deal.
Yeah, he did. But now they have a big role on their team. So
Exactly.
I mean, maybe that's what Brad Stevens sees out of Springer and Tillman.
Yeah, they might have he might want them to have more of a future with the team rather than an impact this year. And I feel like
True.
when we traded for him this year, I think a lot of people expected them to have an immediate impact, but now I'm kind of seeing that Stevens might just be building for the future. He sees these guys, they're both relatively young, and he wants them to be part of the future of the Celtics, and I can't blame him for that.
Yes. And now before we get into the play of the week, I just want to have a really bold take, and I want to put it out there, but at this moment in time, right now in the season, compared to any other team, against any other team, the Boston Celtics would win any 7-game series. Brady, I think we have our two leading scorers are playing amazing right at this time in the season, and our depth is unreal. Porzingis is playing out of his mind. Derek White is doing everything on the court. Even players like Payne Pritchard are putting in valuable time on the court. So right now, in 7 games, any team, if you on the West, the Clippers, the Nuggets in the East, the Bucks, the Knicks, any of the Knicks healthy, but any team, if Celtics are healthy, we do not lose a 7-game series.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, obviously you've seen it. We are red hot right now, and as long as that continues, I don't think anybody's stopping us.
Yes, and a big part of that is Kristaps Porzingis himself. So we're going to look at the top play of the week, which is actually a little bit of mixture of 2 plays. As we can see, Jaylen Brown missing this layup, and who's there to put it back? Kristaps Porzingis.
Pingus.
With the monster putback. But that's not all. The very next offensive possession, he comes around a screen and just throws it down off 1 foot with 2 hands. I mean, that's a 7'3" player flying through the air like that.
That is a
Brady.
grown man
Yes.
flying through the air like that. That's just unreal.
If I was under the rim, I would be scared for my life, I'll tell
I'd be
you
terrified. This is why we're not in the NBA. This is why. But that's going to be all for this episode of Celtics Catch Up. Celtics will look to extend their winning streak to 10 games tonight. They got a date with the Dallas Mavericks at home at TD Garden. Should be a good one. We won't see Grant Williams this time around, but the Mavericks, they made some moves. They got Daniel Gafford, they got PJ Washington, and so we will see how that matchup goes. But until next week, Brady and Vinnie signing off. Go Celtics.